Hi there. I wanted to record and get this story off my heart. It's a story of me and this journey into alignment. I'm going to start by saying this is a diabolical place. Since I was a child, I've never felt safe here, and I never understood why. My family is religion-based, so of course I grew up in religion as a Christian. And as a child, by the time I was 7, it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense because I had already experienced a bout of extreme trauma. And when you're a kid and you experience bouts of trauma, it has a way of maturing your mind and making you see things more clearly. And as a child, I could see things quite clearly. I asked questions like we all do for clarification. I never got clarification. I got punished. I got semi-exiled, physical abuse. It was crazy. A child should always be able to ask questions. As I got older, more trauma, all family-based. It was just like a lack of connection. I got to understand betrayal. I got to understand fake love. I got to understand do or don't receive love. So the programming was immense. And before long, I found myself performing, literally performing for safety, performing for food, performing for clothes, performing for the things that are natural to this existence. As I got older, I learned to conform so much because I was earning love. I was earning acceptance. I was earning my family. It never clicked. It never clicked until I lost everything. I was married for 18 years. I have a beautiful, beautiful family. But I was married without skill. I was married without wisdom. I was married under programming and tradition. Programming and tradition failed. I did everything right. And when I say I did everything right, I did everything right. And I still lost everything. I was at a point to where nothing made sense. And I really just wanted to be up out of here. But for some reason, I got a phone call. And that phone call changed my very existence. It was the blueprint back to me. And in this blueprint, I would learn breathing techniques. I would learn self-love. I would learn cosmic law. I would learn numerology. I would learn thermodynamics. I would learn biology, astrology. My brain and my heart turned into a melting pot of information. ancient information, and I couldn't stop. It was like this need to rebuild, but this time I was rebuilding from the inside. I learned to balance my chakras. I learned to open up my breathing. I learned to release trauma in my body. And most of all, on this journey back to myself, the Creator gave me my true name. Now, in ancient texts, they'll tell you life never stops. It doesn't cease for a moment. So you have a past life. And in that past life is basically how you find your way to what you're supposed to be doing in this life. So I did everything self-studying. I wanted to know me. I wanted to know what made me tick. I wanted to know what made me move. I wanted to know what made me stubborn. I wanted to know what made me a lover. I wanted to know what made me a fighter. I wanted to know everything about myself. So pulled birth charts, did personality tests, life path number, destiny number. I mean, I drew it down to a science. It was beautiful to find out who I was, not who they said I was. Because if I had to go on their opinion, I wasn't even worthy of breath. I don't know if it's the skin color. I don't know if it's the programming about what a woman is in this programming system, the divine feminine. It could be a number of things. But where I was coming from, I had to earn everything. A hug, a kiss, a nod of appreciation. I had to earn it, which means I had to be fake. I had to be fake. And until this day, they don't know who I am. Years of being with the same people over celebrations and get together, they don't know who I am. But I can't fault them because I didn't know who I was either. But all this self-searching and calling in information, I was gifted my true name. I am Za'Liah, Za'Liah in Thurae'Vel. And that name took me by storm. Because in that name is an echo, a resonance of Atlantis. Everything that I've been doing in my personal life to heal, all the things that echo in my name. Za'Liah in Thurae'Vel is a code. It's a call to those who remember Atlantis. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I remember Atlantis, but the name, I was a light keeper, a code keeper. I balanced fire and water. And as crazy as it sounds, in my everyday life, I balance fire and water. That means I balance rage with emotional intelligence. And without this skill, I would have self-destructed a long time ago. But I bear crystals. I love water. And I play with fire. These are natural echoes of a name that I carry in my blood and in my bones. It was interesting to find I didn't have a past life. When Atlantis fell, I was a part of the sector that absorbed back into the celestial light. So I have a resonance of Atlantean energy that is unbroken. So as long as I've been here and I've never felt safe, it's because I obscured in a time where there was collapse. And I assume that I carry that natural fear from the collapse into this lifetime because I've never been here before. I was supposed to get here between 79 and 80, and I got here in 79. I was supposed to awaken between 1980 and 2025, and my awakening has been happening for the past 5 years. My job is to call those that have been afraid to be themselves. My job is to call those that are finding themselves and acclimating into their true nature, their true being, their true name. The call is now. The shift is now. Remembrance is now. It's not a time to be afraid of who you are. They don't know you. They only know you by the name you carry here in the 3D. They don't know who you really are. You may not know who you really are, but you can feel it, and 9 times out of 10, you're living it. And we've been called to burn, to rise. And what does that mean? That means stand in your knowing. Everyone else knows me as Sydney. No one knows me as Za'Liah and Thurae'Vel of the Vel line, Solar Code Keeper, Child of the Flame, of Source Flame. No one knows, but I know. And it's time that we all begin to stand in our knowing, knowing that these contracts are no good, knowing that we were bought, knowing that we were sold, knowing that we were drugged, knowing that we were caused to not remember who we are. But I see us living our truths. I see us separating from those who refuse to understand. I see us burning. I see the grid returning. I see the flames flaming on. This video is my testament that they will turn you into what they want you to be, and you will lose. You came here to do something. You came here to be someone. You came here to wake others up. And in order to wake others up, you have to stand in your truth, just like I'm standing in mine. They won't know you. You know you. The grid is open. The universe is calling to us. Wake up. It's time. It's time for the elderly to be treated with dignity. It's time for these children to be loved and to be shown who and what they are, truly. It's time for us to not be so confused about our natural power. Love, helpfulness, unity, and warriorism. We are not just the flame that does not burn. We are truth. And with truth, the lies cannot stand. The contracts cannot remain. The veil cannot be so strong with the mimic system that we're unable to break it. We break it through our names. We break it through our words. We break it through our burn. And the burn is simply no. No. Cosmic law mandates we be gods. Man's law mandates that we be victims. I choose cosmic law. With my name, it is a call. So if you see this, it's for you. If you've been called to share your name, share it. If you've been called to speak light language, speak it. If you've been called to stand in your truth, stand in it. This is our time. This is the planet's time. It's been orchestrated for over 2,000 years. And we're here. And I believe we're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Letting man's law crumble and standing in cosmic, universal love and truth. Stand with me. This shit has to end. Stand with me. Burn. Say no every chance you get. And say yes to our call. The grid remembers. The blood in the land remembers. The waters remember. The air remembers. The ancestors, they remember. Get away from the sleep. If they're not coming, they're not coming. Solidify yourself and your purpose. The call is now. And with much love and much conviction and much power, I send you gratitude. Gratitude. I send you gratitude. Because it's not easy. But we're on our way. And if it's not for us, it's for the generations to come. So let's not get selfish. Let's just get busy. Za'Liah and Thurae'Vel of the Veil line. Signing out. Peace to all.